Aquarius, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early July 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here just so we can dip our toes in energy and see what's happening for the lovely Aquarius collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here, my guides. Talk to me. What do we got for our lovely Aquarius friends in early July? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Aquarius. Early July, what's the vibe? What's the energy? Let's get this card out nice and quick for you, my good friends. There we go. I'll take it. Okay, a moment's regret. Now, this one is definitely layered, and it's different from what I've been seeing for a lot of the other zodiac. Doesn't necessarily mean that like you're regretting your decisions or you're regretting doing something, but at the same time, it's like, was that the right move? Did I do the right thing? Could I have done this a little bit different? Which seems to be part of the running theme I've been seeing through the early parts of the readings for most of the zodiac this week. Is there's a lot of analysis, like or reanalyzing things. Before we fully dive into that, though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the July subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So again, we don't just have to take it at face value that like you're regretting something. I mean, maybe someone you're connected to is, where it's like, okay, should I have done that a little different? Should I have tried a different approach? This can also be a bit of a warning too, like just in this time, think before you act. That could be another little predictive thing from spirit saying like, okay, Aquarius, just know like the way the energy is flowing for a lot of signs this week, there's a lot of impulsivity. So just know you could have certain impulses or spirits asking you to think something through fully before you like go through with it, if that makes sense. It doesn't necessarily feel, but again, at the same time, it's like thinking, a lot of thinking. So watch out for second guessing and stuff like that. There could be reanalyzing something too. There could be a very specific situation where you might just want to go back to the drawing board and reanalyze it. But we're just going to leave it at that for now. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say the first card there, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright, then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for you, Aquarius. And while we do, let's talk about last week's reading. I liked it. I thought it was nice, but then again, I'm a fire sign. The reading was titled An Explosive Breakthrough. So for a lot of you, if there's certain things that have been kind of stuck, feeling stuck, holding you back, to me, if it didn't happen yet, it feels like it could even happen within the next couple of weeks, where there could be things that just break through for you. Now, that's usually very good. But at the same time, that energy could be a little wild. When we get a lot of that fiery energy, it could be a little unpredictable, where it's like, okay, it's not the same as it was, but now it's something that's totally different. It was just super unique, but I did like the breakthrough aspect. But we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for Aquarius, please. What do we have? Thank you. Okay, 7 of Cups. So yeah, the mental energy showing up here already. I like the 7 of Cups. I like to call that card the menu board of life, which that's the positive aspect of it, but it is like very much in the mind. Very, very much in the mind. Let's get it tucked in by that amethyst. Let's get a couple more here. Let's see what we have. I mean, everyone knows Aquarius is a very cerebral sign anyway. I mean, 10 of Pentacles, that's a good second card here. This one feels solid, stable. I like it. Let's get one more. Thank you. King of Swords, that's one of your power cards. So right now, I'll say this, Aquarius, I'm feeling pretty neutral about what I'm feeling here, which neutral is better than nervous. That's for sure. I like the King of Swords. It's very strategic. It's one of your power cards. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But yeah, first look, first glance, I like the mixture of things. If there is any heavy lean in the energy with the 7 of Cups, King of Swords, it could represent, obviously, the mind. But elementally, we're looking good. We have water, which is the realm of the feelings and emotions and love, creativity. We have earth right there in the center, which is usually pretty good. It's the material world around us, it's our routine, our schedule, our family, living situation. And then the King of Swords, one of your power cards right there. Again, it's not gender specific. Um, Air is the logic, it's the intellect, it's looking at something objectively. So there is this little underlying energy of like reanalyzing something, or like going back to the drawing board, or looking at something from a different perspective. But let's go through this piece by piece and really build it out. I like the spread of elements that we have going on. But position number one, we're starting with the Seven of Cups. I already told you, to me, I call that card the menu board of life, because we see this individual dressed up all fancy, looking up at those cups like, which one am I going to take? This is a huge card for opportunities, choices, paths, where it's like, all right, the energy that's in front of me is limitless. That's a beautiful thing when we look at the most optimistic sense of this card. Really, really like it for that. But just like every other card, this could have some downsides. This can be a card of fantasizing. It could be one stuck in one's imagination too long, where it's like I'm in the realm of thought, but I'm not bringing it into the realm of action. It's like a thought that stays a thought. So we're going to have to see, yes, it's options and potential, but is the action going to meet it? That's the big thing. It could also represent manifesting, that's for sure. But this card can be very overthinking, where it's like, oh, I'm thinking about this, I'm going to think about that, think about this, think about that. So we'll just see. I feel like it can be really good for a lot of you. Seven of Cups leading into this very next card is a beautiful alignment for sure. But I would just say watch about getting trapped in the mind a little too much. So the brain could be going a little more so than normal. Moving to the center, we have the Ten of Pentacles. Beautiful. Chef's kiss type of card right here. It's one of the best ones in the whole entire deck. Obviously, whenever I see the Ten of Pentacles, I think of wins and victories of various different kinds. And you see the picture here, the whole happy family. They even got pets. This is a card of expansion. It's a card of growth in its most positive sense. So when I see this, I'm like, okay, this is leveling up. This is good. It could represent the home, it could represent the family, living situations, of course, just like the Ten of Cups. But the challenge with the Ten of Pentacles, as all cards have challenges, it could be very set in its ways. It could be very traditional. It could be very strict in its structure. And sometimes the Ten of Pentacles could be so grounded that it's almost immovable. So I'm not sure if you're dealing with entrenched beliefs, people that are very set in their ways. That could be it. But I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. When I see the Seven of Cups into this, I'm already thinking positive, but there's just something about this that's trying to keep me neutral. So we're going to keep that energy until we get to the clarifiers. So moving to the back end, we have what might be the more intriguing card of the whole entire spread. We have our pal here, the King of Swords himself. So I'm sure, as a lot of you astrology connoisseurs already know, Aquarius is the water bearer, but technically you're an air sign, and this is a card of air signs. So whether you're connected to another Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, or this could be representing you. And remember, no gender specificity here. When I see the King of Swords, straightforward, honest, to the point, very determined, extremely intelligent, smart, logical. This is a strong card of analysis. It's a strong card of observing something. It's a strong card of planning, all sorts of strategic moves, which is good. But he often shows up when something is very serious, when you either need to take something serious, or it's like, no, you need to take this serious, Aquarius. Very similar to the Queen of Swords in that way, because the King of Swords could be very honest, straightforward, blunt, to the point. But at the same time, it's like, I need to keep my eye on something. So I'm feeling mostly very positive energy throughout the beginning part of your spread. But the King of Swords, that could be the little curveball. So I want to dive deeper on all of it, Aquarius. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for you, my friends. What is happening? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the Seven of Cups. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Aquarius, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, let's get in on that Seven of Cups, please. Why is the Seven of Cups here? Thank you. Nine of Swords. So this theme that we've been seeing ever since the Oracle, this is like really, really wound tight, really, really wound tight. Now you see that person. It's like you don't have to be an expert in tarot to understand what this card means right here. They're sitting up in bed. So watch out for sleep issues in this time. Some of you could be having really funky dreams. When I see the Seven of Cups, Nine of Swords, it's like, all right, where are these dreams coming from? Don't be surprised if that starts picking up in this time where it's like you're having wild dreams. But the Nine of Swords, it's stressed, right? If you're feeling drained, maybe get a little more rest and recuperation. Maybe you just need to relax your mind. I know that's easier said than done. But when I see the Seven of Cups, Nine of Swords, it's like too much information. It's like giving me information overload, analysis paralysis, like stuff like that, because we have all these cups, so many possibilities, so much potential. This could go this way and that way and that. And then we have the Nine of Swords, which is like I'm driving myself up a wall here with like all the thinking. So again, that doesn't have to be you. It could be someone else you're connected to, but it's like I'm going a mile a minute. My brain is going a mile a minute. So yeah, we could call it stress, we could call it nerves, anxiety, whatever we want. But I would say in this time, do whatever you must to stay out of the headspace, or not stay out of there. Obviously, we can't avoid it all, but it's like you might need to do things in the physical world, whether it's like create something, a hobby, just something to preoccupy the brain, because this feels like a runaway train brain. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. Let's see what's up with the Ten of Pentacles. It's just like information overload, analysis paralysis. So if you feel yourself getting overwhelmed, that's the energy we're seeing here. Someone is looking overwhelmed here. Let's go in on the Ten of Pentacles. Doesn't mean the rest of the reading is going to be rough, but this is a theme we've been picking up here since the very beginning. So let's go in on the Ten of Pentacles, please. Okay. Okay. You know, I'm a big believer that sometimes in life we need to make a change. And I'm also a big believer that sometimes in life we need routine. Sometimes in life we need something or someone that's very dependable, predictable. You know what you're going to get. And when I see the Ten of Pentacles with the Magician in reverse, that's exactly what I'm feeling. Where it's like, no, this is something I can depend on. This is someone or something. I know who they are. I know what they are. I know how they're going to react. This is a very predictable, dependable type of energy, and that might be very good for you in this time. Now, again, Magician in reverse underneath the Ten of Pentacles, sometimes it represents situations that are a bit out of our hands. I do think there's a beautiful silver lining positive energy for the Aquarius collective this week, especially here with the Magician in reverse, because it's like the universe kind of gave me an alley-oop, where the universe was like, you know what, Aquarius, you deserve a little break. Here you go. So I do think that this could be a win or a victory, of course, especially right here in the middle, where it's like the universe just handing you one, where it's like, you know what, you deserve this, Aquarius. Take some time to relax. But for another portion of you, I think some predictability or dependability is needed. Okay, so if you don't have many influences like that in your experience right now, maybe there's one that's coming in. But yeah, when I see the Ten of Pentacles and the Magician reverse, it's like, nope, I know I can depend on this, which is good because it's not like this flood of information here. This one feels much calmer and better. So let's keep moving. For some of you, maybe Spirit wants you to just work on your day-to-day routine. That could be part of it. But I still see a big winner victory coming in for a lot of you, especially in like the money, work, abundance area. Could be other areas, but especially in those. The feelings of security, the feelings of stability. Let's go in on the King of Swords, then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow. This energy up front was just so wound tight. Let's see what the King of Swords has. So what is he doing here, please? Thank you. Okay. King of Cups in reverse. And the King of Cups, that's our good friend, right? AKA Kyle of Cups without a beard. Notice he's in reverse underneath this King of Swords. And it's like, nope, I need to logically make sense of this. I need to logically deconstruct this. I need to logically make sense of this. I would say your intuition in this time, the intangibles, things that don't quite make logical sense, are what are going to help soften the energy for you in the long run. But when I see the King of Swords with the King of Swords in reverse, it's like, nope, I'm not going to feel this. I'm not leaning into my emotions. I need to think about this logically. It feels like a Vulcan from Star Trek. And sorry for the Star Trek reference. I mean, whoever gets it will get it. But that's how this energy feels to me. If you don't know about Vulcans, Google it, because it's like logic needs to logically make sense. Screw what I feel. Screw what the heart says. It needs to be perfect. Like, kind of feels micromanaging too. So take that for what it's worth. I don't know if you're dealing with a person that exhibits these energies. I mean, for some of you, maybe there's situations you're dealing with where it's like, no, it needs to logically make sense or it's going to bother me forever. Um, because let's talk about the King of Cups. Big water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. In the upright, he is the realm of feelings and emotions, very similar to the Seven of Cups. Imagination, creativity, let it flow, let's have a good time, very soft type of energy. King of Swords is more hard nosed, where it's like, no, strategy, planning. You can't go with the flow. So, especially with him in reverse underneath the King of Swords, there are some things, whether it's experiences or phenomena or stuff in life, where you will not be able to logically make it make sense. Okay. I'm just being very honest with you. For those of you that message is hitting for, there are going to be certain things in life where it will defy logic. You won't be able to make it logically make sense. And sometimes you're just going to have to go with the gut, go with the feeling, go with the flow a little bit. So you have a mixture this week, Aquarius, and that's okay. Let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow here. Very wound tight energy on the front. Uh, Position number one before the shadow, we have the Seven of Cups with the Nine of Swords. Watch out for really wild dreams. I'm getting information overload. I'm getting analysis paralysis, like a tidal wave of mental energy here in the front. It feels very anxious, nervous type of energy. So if that's not you, it could be someone else you're connected to where their mind is going a mile a minute. Moving to the middle, I have the Ten of Pentacles with the Magician in reverse. Calm, reliable. I know what I get from this person. I know what I get from this situation. There's something here about having a bit of structure and predictability. So whether it comes from a person or a situation, it's like I could use a little quiet. That's what it's given me. It also feels like a little win from the universe where, like, you know what, Aquarius, you deserve this one. Here you go. So something going your way, which is really nice. But then we have this hard-nosed energy here on the back end. King of Swords, King of Cups reverse underneath it, where it's like, you know what, screw the feelings, screw the emotions. I'm going with logic only. I am a Vulcan from Star Trek, and if it doesn't logically make sense, I don't want to hear it. It's like giving me this kind of energy. And I went on that whole little spiel about sometimes things just aren't going to logically make sense. That's part of the mysteries of life, right? But again, I'm not sure if that's you or somebody else. This energy back here needs to take a chill pill. But we're just going to leave it at that, Aquarius. That's what I have for you this week. No, let's go into the shadows. Almost skipped the shadows on you. Let's shuffle it up here, my guides. Talk to me. And yeah, I always like to pull a shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge, they could be a good thing. So let's get you one. And yes, if made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this going here. What do we got for Aquarius, please? Thank you. Three of Wands. So this is kind of like a wait and see type of energy. Another card of manifesting and creating. So again, watch your thoughts, watch what you're focusing on, especially if things you're hyper focusing on, because I'm a believer that we're all creator beings, and the way we shift our awareness is how we create our future, limitless possibilities in front of us. So when I see a card of manifesting in the shadows, it's spirit saying like, hey, Aquarius, you're creating the next chapter. Very important to keep that in your mind. Now, the Three of Wands is also a card that's in wait and see mode. So there could be certain situations where Spirit's like, you know what, Aquarius, you don't have to make a decision right this second. You don't have to do anything right this second. Maybe you should just take a minute and see where it goes. Again, remember how we have this energy that's dissecting things and needing to make sense and needing to plan. The Three of Wands is like, chill for a minute. Give it a minute. That's kind of just how this feels to me. I mean, unless there's something you're just sick and tired of waiting on or dealing with, that could be part of it as well, the shadow side of this card. But yeah, I mean, interesting reading as always, Aquarius. But that's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the July subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation, you can book a personal reading with me on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. My digital calendar's over there, so you could go check out availability. But for the July subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of one of my most favorite decks, the Tarot of the Owls. It's beautiful, it's unique, and it definitely fits the season. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, and second, let me know down in the comments, for all the uses that tarot has to offer, which do you think is best? Do you like using it for love situations, personal, financial, business, you name it? You put it in the comments, you'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.